It is an art, but it's also, you're an athlete.
A dancer has to be musical, expressive, has to know how to act.
When your art form is you walk out of the studio and it's still your body.
It's a love for ballet, because if you don't have that love, it's not going to continue when you're older. It just gets harder and harder.
It was something natural that I was doing. I actually used to have like these costumes of like tutus, and I'd put those on and I'd actually try to go on my toes. I hadn't been taught how to do that, but I was trying my best to go on my toes. We'd always flip through the stations and we'd find classical music. I would actually practice ballet, twirl around. That's all I wanted to dance was ballet. I was 5 when I started taking classes at Santa Clarita Ballet.
The Santa Clarita Ballet Company is a nonprofit organization. It's the performing arm of the Santa Clarita Ballet Academy.
My job as a teacher, and that of my teachers on my staff, is to expose young dancers and young children to the finest possible training you can provide for them, the finest possible performing opportunities, so that they've had a rich, full education in dance.
When I was about 11, I started saying, actually, this is something that I want to do. And then I did my first Nutcracker here in 2012. When I went on stage, something clicked where it was just like, okay, this is where I belong.
At a certain point, we had her skip one of the grades just because she was so clearly more advanced than the others in her grade level and just was ready to do the work.
I spend like 5 or 6, sometimes even more hours a day just dancing. Usually I do a quick warm-up just to get my muscles ready to go for the day. Class is like your safe space. That's where you can grow as a dancer. Especially right now, I'm having like privates and rehearsals for Genée. Definitely, it's like a full day of work. Santa Clarita Ballet Academy is rooted through the Royal Academy of Dance. We go through the ranks from just itty-bitty baby to the highest level, which is advanced 2.
By that point, you're really performing steps that would be challenging for even a professional dancer.
I prepared for 2 years for my advanced 2. I took it a year early at 16.
The Genée was always designed to be more than just a competition. It was always designed for students to come in, enjoy open classes, coaching from the finest instructors.
To be able to be one of the 6 that go from the US is such an honor.
It's always been the pinnacle of the Royal Academy of Dance. If they're going to select to go to the Genée, then they have to pick a variation. There's a range that comes out of the classical rep.
The piece Gianna's doing is from Raimonda.
I love the different movements that it has in it. It has turns, it has jumps, it has beautiful port de bras.
We've been working on this variation since January. Gianna has been very dedicated about coming to rehearsal. The last 2 weeks we've been here every day rehearsing.
Every detail, every arm, everything had to be perfect to get to where it is now and to be able to compete against the amazing dancers that are at the Genée. I started working on my contemporary fairly early on as well because we had to start from scratch. I'm very rooted in classical ballet, so it was a little harder for me to pick up a few of the movements that were more contemporary or modern.
There's a lot of like kind of cut and paste in the process. Certain things you're like, you know what, I think that one, you just need to practice it more, I know it's gonna happen. And then there's others where you're like, you know what, I think I could find something that's gonna look better on you. We set the piece, we had been rehearsing for months. She then emailed me like, you're not gonna believe this, but I was reading in the rules and the song has to be purchased off of a CD, and because this was electronically purchased, the song wouldn't be valid. I don't think I've ever had a complete piece set and then had to change it. And then later on, I said to her one day, I was like, you're never gonna believe this, but I think I actually like that piece better. She's like, I do too. The piece is called Aspiration.
My contemporary variation is very much about relating to the audience because it's about my journey through dance and also through the Genée. So it starts off as being determined and wanting to have a set goal and wanting to reach that goal. And then it starts having that happiness of being in dance and how it makes you feel. But then it also has the lows where you doubt yourself and things don't go exactly how you want. And then at the end, it's whatever happens, you learn that lesson and you have triumphed. Once I got to Canada, we would have class every day. We'd have different teachers, and then we'd either have our commissioned choreography piece with Gioconda Barbuto, we would have our classical repertoire variation class, or we'd have our contemporary. We had Gerard Charles, who's the artistic director of the Royal Academy of Dance, which was amazing. We also got very individualized attention. They really were invested in everyone's growth, and from all the teachers, my dancing had grown. Just the whole experience itself, I felt that I have matured not only as a dancer, but as a person. Not only represent the US, but represent Santa Clarita as well was really, really amazing. And to say, I live in Santa Clarita and I go to Santa Clarita Ballet. I do have to say that even though I wasn't a finalist, what I learned, I almost believe to be more than if I had gotten that. My ultimate goal is to get into professional ballet company. Later this year and early next year, I'm going to be auditioning for companies. Wherever I am, I just want to dance, and I know that whatever path I'm on, as long as I'm dancing, I'll be happy.